So, hey guys, Chauzu here. So what does Luffy, Chopper, Jinbe, Kuma and Bonney have together? Well, they are all supported by this Bonney support, which I'm going to showcase in this video. It's one of the strongest supports in the game. And as you can see, it can only be put on Luffy, Chopper, Jinbe and Kuma. And basically the way this works is if you receive bind or paralysis from the enemy, you reduce that by 1 turn, but more importantly, you get a free 1.75 times conditional to increase damage taken, which is the by far strongest conditional in the game, because not only do you get the conditional buff, you already do more damage due to the increased damage taken. So basically killing 2 birds with 1 stone basically. And yeah, one of the units you could use this with is the Gear 5 Luffy, who can apply increased damage taken with his EX. There are other units as well, including Luffy Yamato. We're actually going to use both those Luffy in the first team in this video. But it doesn't have to be... You don't need to put Bonney on a unit who can do increased damage taken. You can have a teammate who does it, and then the Bonney support will apply the conditional, and it just frees up a lot of potential team building. The main weakness with this support is that you do need to receive the debuff, which means that it is situational, but when it can see use, it has viable uses in a lot of possible scenarios. But yeah, let's jump into it. I have 2 teams for this video. First, I want to try this with Luffy because, as said, with Luffy, if you use a Luffy that can do increased damage taken, like 6+ Gear 5 Luffy and Luffy Yamato, then you can set up the combo yourself, both the increased damage taken and the conditional. And as said, that's just double the damage output basically, which is why it's the best conditional in the game. So yeah, I never used this hybrid before. Luffy Yamato wants to mainly be used with strength, dex and quick, but they also reduce CD for free spirit, so it's not the worst combo. And the 6+ Gear 5 Luffy resists the spear, Luffy Yamato resists spine, so in that way there's some synergy. Of course, most of the time you'd want to use the 6-star Gear 5 Luffy with the 6+, but it doesn't really help with speeding the team up and stuff like that. And in this video I wanted to focus on the increased damage taken aspect. Rise is really good for stage 3 there, both to get the damage we need and also to keep buffs for this stage. We don't get the weak buffs from Zoro. Brook is super good here, handles everything except for the resilience, which we will use Frankie for. And yeah, we do have a lot of straw hats, so that we can use the 6+ Gear 5 Luffy's EX on the final stage. Not really super needed, but why not? So yeah, since I have the level 12 German ship as well, definitely one of the best ships in the game, can't recommend it enough. We resist 1 turn of special reavers as well, so Usopp without any assist can handle everything this final stage, which is very useful of course. Then we can use Luffy Yamato. Apply the increased damage taken. Like, I could have used the EX first, doesn't really matter. One thing to note is that Luffy Yamato doesn't ignore full immunity unless they're in duo form, but they can ignore full immunity, which the 6+ Luffy can, so that's an advantage to Luffy Yamato. But yeah, we have attack boost, ore boost, increased damage taken, and the conditional, and yeah, super easy kill with all of that damage output. But yeah, one more team, and I had this in mind since I did the local sea monster teams, and I used that Kuma on a team because I was like, final stage has para, I can put Bonney on Kuma, I get them free increased damage taken, conditional, then I just need increased damage taken, and Annual does that, and Annual is really good for this content. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to make a team with that. So this is that team, and it's a pretty fun team, I like it. This is the first team I made that does not remove the death of final stage. Or maybe I did that before. I've memed so much against this content, so I'm not sure anymore. I'm sure you can build that so you can remove the death up as well. So yeah. Basically Hawkins is a bit of a filler on this team. I just put down strong orb booster. But yeah, I made a lot of Logo Sea Monster teams recently, and of course the fun thing is that tomorrow with the Kizuna we're going to get the 6+ V3 Ray League, and it makes sense to try him against this content as well, but then I feel like it's time for a Local Sea Monster break. We bully this poor beast way too much. Well, I guess I'm the main harasser, or however you should put it. Luffy, Shanks, Buggy, really good captains here, since we can keep their call affinity for 3 turns, which is cool for this team, because this team does not remove Special Bind, but Special Bind is just for the left column. So yeah, it doesn't really matter for this team, because left column is already done, like Analyze is special, but it doesn't do anything. We already have all of the effects from Anal. But as you see, Anal special here applies the increased damage taken. So when we get the paralysis this stage, Kuma's support will proc, which means we get the conditional to increase damage taken. So we just get super big damage from not using any special at all. And even if the increased damage taken is not the biggest, like increased damage taken but plus a low conditional is still stronger than like a 2.25 times normal conditional, so it's still definitely worth it. And then we of course have Boa, so we get some super tandem as well. We get a ton of chain with Boa and Kuma's special, so yeah, despite not removing the death up, this is still a pretty easy kill. And honestly, I just forgot about the death up. So I planned to remake this team, but then I was like, oh, I'm probably killing anyway. So yeah. And then it of course helps with the resilience with the end of turn damage. And then for the revive, we do the combo I showcased in my Boa showcase against this Grand Voyage, where we can use Relic special plus Boa super to get rid of all of the despair. And obviously Relic's special ignores the rainbow shield, so yeah, very good. So yeah, that's my Bonney support showcase. It's really strong, so make sure you keep that in mind when you pull Bonney eventually. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.